Meaningless, there's no meaning. What is life? Life is this game. I'm gonna start off by saying that I really enjoy this game. This game is genuinely a super duper good game. I loved this game by the end of my playthrough. Oh my goodness. So the goal of the game Meaningless is it's based on those little videos that are like the perfect loop of the ball rolling through the track, and oh man, does it deliver. The premise of the game is very simple. You just have to move the blocks in order to clear the path for the ball to go through, but it starts to add more and more mechanics, like blocks that swing on a different axis or blocks with little bouncy things on them, so you gotta bounce the ball off, and it becomes a lot more complex. I won't lie, when I first started playing this game, I thought that I wouldn't enjoy it as much as I ended up liking it. I thought, you know, it's a good game, it's okay, it's pretty fun, but it's also a little basic, a little boring. But oh my goodness, as I kept playing this game, it really shines. It does a great job at what it wants to do, and it's just a very enjoyable game. And becomes very complex in the later levels, especially if you play on the trial challenge difficulty instead of the sandbox difficulty. There's two difficulties in this game. One has no limits, no timers, no nothing. You just get to do it until you figure it out. The other one will limit the amount of blocks that you can move before the ball starts rolling to challenge you, in order to make you have to move the blocks after the animation starts playing, which makes it much more challenging and complex. And the complexity, oh my goodness, this game does a lot with what it has. Some of the levels are very challenging, to the point where I almost had to look up guides. Everything can be done without guides though, in my opinion. If you're like a beginner to the genre, I don't think you'll have too much trouble with this game, but it does get very complex, which I really like. It turned out to be a super fun game, and before I knew it, all of this time had passed and I was almost to the end. This game also can be completed in its entirety in a very short time span. My playthrough was about 40 minutes long, and I did have some breaks and I did have some trouble, so if you're speedrunning it, you can get through this game very quickly. So if you want a nice short game to play through in one sitting, this is definitely it. It is such a fun game, guys. I really enjoyed it. My favorite part was watching the animations back. I found that it was very, even though it's based on like those perfect animation loops, it's very difficult to make one actually look aesthetic when it comes down to it. I found that so many of my animations were a little wonky. You could see me make mistakes and then correct them, so it wasn't as satisfying of an experience, but it was funny to watch back. It's such a fun game, guys. I highly recommend this game. I really oh man, I like this game a lot, guys. Check it out. Is this slower paced? Is it still engaging? Oh, maybe I'm talking too slow.